So, yesterday, which was also my 11-year-old daughter's birthday, something happened that was totally unexpected. So, if you've been following me this long, I shared how I recently changed my children's school. That was last year, towards the end of last year. And she's in a school where it's more kind of a very structured school. They have like, rules and regulations and all of that. So, and the previous school, that kind of school where anything goes. If you like, show up today and give them an information. They don't even also give us any information in advance. They just wake up one day and they tell you, oh, you need to do this, So we're just doing one day in and one day out. And that was even one of the reasons why I took her out of the school. There was no any other reason other than the fact that I was just tired of the, impromptu planning. One day we're here, the next day we're moving. So this new school was kind of, like I was saying, is more structured, they're more stable and all of that, the rules, everything top notch. And something was just like, so I had been planning her birthday. Usually, we just make cake, take the cake to the school, no big deal, just cake and juice. And we had already planned with Isma that I was going to, make the cake and drop off the cake for her in school. I was supposed to notify the school earlier on, like since Monday, but something happened. She was sick, one or two things, and I have been extremely busy myself. So anyway, it skipped my mind. I did not notify the school, but then yesterday, which was on the birthday, I was just like, let me just call this school first because I know that they are not the kind of school that would just allow me to just walk in there with a birthday cake. And that was like 30 minutes. Don't mind me. Yes, I learned my lesson. I'm also a very last minute person, which I am working on. So I called the school, and they said, "Oh no, you have to give 1 week notice before you bring a birthday or a cake to the school, and her teacher has to approve it." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, how do I communicate this to Isma? How do I let her know that I won't be showing up? Because she left the house with knowing that I will be showing up at break time at 10:30 a.m. with her birthday cake. She must have told her friends, children. She must have told her friends excitedly, mommy, and it's her first time, it's going to be her first birthday in that school. Anyway, long story short, I was like, okay, so what do I do? I started thinking troubleshooting. I am a very good troubleshooter. I said, okay. So I called the school back again. I was like, okay, can you help me to, transmit the message to the teacher? And they were like, oh no, it's not an administrative issue, blah, blah, blah. Another excuse. I said, okay, I called back again that time. Then I said, can you do me one last favor? Just help me to explain to Isma that I won't be able to come with the cake. And I will explain to her later when I come to pick her up. But just so she knows that I won't be coming over to school. Mom life, complicated, I know, right? Anyway, and that was that. And immediately I got into, I was just thinking about what could go wrong. I called my husband and was like, oh no, they're ruining this girl's day. And I was like, no, we need to stay calm. We need to stay calm. I'm learning to be calm in a lot of things. And, I started thinking of, okay, how can we make this right? Anyway, so I thought of, okay, why don't I do this? I decided to do damage control. I went into damage control mode immediately. I took my shower. It was just before, like an hour to go pick her in school. I took my shower. You saw my glam yesterday. I put on one of my, it wasn't here, but it was a new dress, a new attire. She has never seen me in it before. I wore something extremely different. I put on makeup. I do go to pick her up in school, but very occasionally do I dress up like that. I'm always in my, my mom look, my jalabia and all of that. And yeah, but never shabby. But you know what I mean now. That kind of, carefree look to pick up and drop offs. And, moms will understand anyway. So I got to the school. So I put on my glam. I was like, at least the point is that I wanted her to see me different. I wanted her when she see me, I didn't want her to see me in my usual look. I wanted her to see something extraordinary about me, and that would actually make her, cheer her up if she was actually sad, before she sees me, before, we get to talk about it. And that was the first thing that came to my mind. So, I got dressed, I put on some makeup, which I rarely do. I put on some makeup, I put on one of my, my glasses that I love. If you saw my video yesterday, anyway, that's just the backstory. So I went to pick her up, and funny enough, she was okay. I picked up her cake, I picked her up, and she was fine. And I asked how was she feeling. She said, yeah, a little bit sad, a little bit. That was really, really good. And we talked about it. I asked her, and she was like, she didn't recognize me. She looked at me like, Mommy, wow, I almost didn't recognize you. Like, who is this? I know. And I'm like, yes, that is the point I wanted to make. Long story short, she was fine. We got home. There was no loud noise. There was no party. Everything, basically, all the plans that she had for her birthday, let me just say, didn't work out. She wanted some of her really close friends who are also our neighbors to come and play with her. They just three of them. They couldn't make it because they had a test. So, she was just really fine with it. She came home, she played with her siblings, and, every one of us, we did something together. It was just really quiet, there was no big deal. And I was really proud of her. I was really proud of her, and I said to her, Isma, this is a very different you. Usually, you would have started crying the moment you saw me. You would have been this, and then we talked about it. And this is the point I am trying to get at. So before her birthday, days before her birthday, we've been having these conversations. I have, regular conversations we have a book we are reading together. I think A Big Girl's Guide to I can't remember the title anyway. So, we read it, we talk about the book and all of that. And sometimes, I share some of my own experiences. We basically have discussions where we connect and talk about things that I've, and use it as a learning, opportunity for her. I'm not just teaching her that it's bad to do this, it's bad to do that. I'm teaching her to understand why she needs to do this and why it's good to do this. And among the things that I've been teaching her that we've been working on has been understanding that it's okay to say no. I've been teaching her to understand that also it's okay when people turn you down and say no to you. I have been teaching her to understand that she will get a lot of no's in her life. She will get a lot of people turn her. So many people, friends will reject her. I wish, our parents educated us on all of this anyway. But yeah, I've just basically been doing the lifting in that area for her to have that emotional stability when it comes to, not getting what you want or, being let down. And I think that this really went a long way to make her not feel bad, not feel like, I ruined her birthday, because, children, they can really be serious with their birthdays. They take it so serious and all of that. And before you know it, they're holding a grudge against you. And, they grow up with that thing, how, mommy ruined my birthday. I'm an overthinker anyway. I've overthinked it to that level. And so, basically, I was really, really proud that she was at that point whereby she was just fine. It's okay, Mommy, it didn't work. And, she also reminded me of the discussion that we've been having, which was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing amazing. And she reminded me that, yes, we've been talking about it, and I've been letting her know that, things don't always go the way we plan. Sometimes, we're planning things and Allah is planning a different thing for us. And when things happen that way, it doesn't mean that it is a bad thing. It can also mean a good thing. Now, the best part of it was that, it really turned out to be a great birthday. It was not the usual kind of birthday. There was so many unusual things about it. It was a really quiet and peaceful thing. And in the end, what really mattered is that, we had each other. We had, we were all there as a family. We didn't even do any big there was nothing big about it. After dinner, we just cut the birthday. We hugged her, we kissed her. Everyone was, her dad was there, and we just, said really nice things to her, and she was really happy. And she bonded with her siblings. She had a great time. I think she was able to really have fun. That's just the point. She had fun without the expectation. And this is the point I want us to see, especially as parents. I think if we equip our children with the right, the right frame mindset, if we equip them in things like, or letting them to understand that it is okay to say no to other people at this age, I think we can start educating them at a very, very tender age, because it will go a long way in preparing them for things to come in the future. Anyway, and so this is just what I'm sharing. I hope this makes sense to every one of you. Thank you. Bye bye.